Right then, I looked through the crack in the door. The man was lying on the floor outside. His eyes were staring directly at me. I pretended not to see him. At that moment, my phone suddenly slipped from my hand and hit the ground. The pair of eyes outside the door instantly disappeared. I collapsed onto the floor, breathing hard. Then my phone rang. It was the police. "Where are you right now?" The officer's question made my whole body go cold. "I'm at home, the house you've been to before." There was a brief silence. Then the officer said something that made my blood freeze. "That can't be right. We may have found the wrong place, because your parents aren't here. The house is covered in dust, as if nobody has lived there for a long time." He even sent me a photo. It was my house. The layout was exactly the same, but every corner was covered in dust. Then I suddenly remembered. The man had placed a newspaper on the table earlier. I asked the officer to take another photo. He sent it quickly. And there, on the tea table in the picture, was the newspaper. Today's newspaper. My heart pounded so hard that my whole body began trembling. I was on the verge of breaking down. I cried into the phone. "Please, tell me what's happening. I'm really at home." The officer's voice became serious. "I've already called for backup. Don't panic. Stay on the phone with me." I looked at my battery. Only 15%. My hand shook as I searched for the charger. Then I remembered. The charging cable was downstairs. I gritted my teeth, opened the door, and stepped outside. The hallway was silent. It looked like that couple was still inside my parents' room. I quickly ran downstairs into the dining room. The charging cable was there. I let out a breath of relief, but just as I reached for it, I felt something standing behind me. I turned around. That woman's face was inches from mine. She was smiling, but the angle of her smile was wrong, terribly wrong. "Did you see it?" Her voice was soft, but my fear shot from my feet straight to my head. My heart was pounding so hard I could barely breathe. I forced myself to answer. "No, my phone was almost dead. I just came to get the charger." She stared at me for a long time, then smiled again. "If you can see it, don't hide it from your parents, or you won't be happy." She took my phone from my hand. "I'll charge it for you." She looked at the screen. "You're still talking to the police." Then suddenly, from my mother's phone, a strange voice came through. It sounded almost like my mother, but colder, hollow. "I was planning to rest for 14 days this time. Come here, I miss you so much." Then she hung up. The silence afterward was unbearable. Her eyes never left me. After she walked away, I couldn't stop shaking. Then I heard a sound in the kitchen. A cabinet door slowly creaked open. I stared at the gap, and from inside, a pair of pale hands hung down. The fingers were limp. On one finger, there was a black mole, a mark I knew all too well. It was my mother's hand. I started shaking uncontrollably. Step by step, I moved closer to the cabinet. Those hands were bloodless, completely pale. My mother wasn't missing. She had been killed. That couple killed her and hid her body there. My first instinct was to run, but the moment I turned around, the man was already standing across from me, smiling. His red eyes looked like they were bleeding. He held a fruit knife in his hand. Then suddenly, he raised it and stabbed straight toward my eye.